In this video, I will demonstrate how students can use the Read and Write predictive keyboard on an iPad to assist with written production when using Seesaw or any other application or a website environment where typing would occur. The Read and Write keyboard is just an additional on-screen keyboard that can be added to the iPad and can be used again anywhere where a student does typing. So I have an assignment here in Seesaw. I'm in the Seesaw app on the iPad, and I'm going to assume that I've done all the reading and I'm ready to respond to the assignment. So I'm going to tap on Add Response to begin my portion where I get to write. So I've gotten to the end and I have a question, and I'm going to respond to it with using my Read and Write Word Prediction keyboard. Again, Word Prediction can assist students with spelling, and it can help enhance their vocabulary by providing word choices, and it does help build spelling skills as well, as students do use phonetic spelling skills to the best of their ability to use this tool. So I'm going to tap down here to begin typing a response. And at this point, I am using the iPad without an attached keyboard, and the on-screen keyboard came right up for me. If I was a student at home using an iPad with an attached keyboard, there are two different ways primarily to access the on-screen keyboard. If the student has an iPad with a magnetically attached external keyboard, that can just be pulled apart, and that should bring up the on-screen keyboard in its place. If that doesn't happen, and after pulling the keyboard apart from the device, there is still no on-screen keyboard visible, there is an option on that external keyboard to press a key that has a picture of a keyboard. It's like a keyboard icon, and it's located on one of the external keyboard's keys. Tapping on that key will show and hide the on-screen keyboard. So go ahead and press that key to enable the on-screen keyboard before pulling the magnetically attached keyboard apart. Another option is simply to leave it attached, but just have both keyboards available. And either way, you need to make sure the student has access to the on-screen keyboard. Some of the newer devices that 4J is giving to students have an external keyboard that is not magnetically attached, and it can simply be placed directly underneath the device by folding it underneath and setting up the case stand over the top of it, and that should set up the iPad in a nice kind of work mode orientation. So after the on-screen keyboard is visible, students will probably see this built-in iPad on-screen keyboard. This is the standard one that comes with the device. Following the steps in a previous video, I have demonstrated how to set up the Read and Write keyboard, and it should be all ready to go at this point. So refer to that video if you haven't done so already. To load the Read and Write on-screen keyboard, I'm going to hold my finger over this accessibility icon here. It's the globe kind of round circle. I'm going to hold my finger down over that to get a menu of my available keyboards, and I'm going to just tap on Read and Write keyboard. And so I have this currently this iPad in the landscape view, and as you can see in this orientation, there are 7 word choices at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I was to rotate the device this way, I guess on the Seesaw app, it doesn't even let you turn the orientation. So forget I said that. But if you were in another app and you did have it turned 90 degrees to the portrait view, it would only provide 5 word choices, and the keyboard would be smaller. So just a few considerations depending on what you need. So I'm going to type a response, and I will try to butcher some of the spelling to demonstrate how this could work for a student. So I'm going to type now. So as I type letters, it's predicting words based on the spelling I'm using, and it also will use the context. So as I develop a context for my writing, it might try to predict words that fit within that context. I can tap my finger over all the word choices to hear those words read back.
November, no, now, north,
So I found now, that's the word I want.
now,
I'm going to swipe it up with a single finger, and it inserted it into the text. Now I can So I've misspelled a word intentionally just to show that if I was trying to type really,
relay, rally, really, Riley, Raleigh, really.
there's my word. I've listened to it, I've identified that's the one I want. Now I'm going to swipe it up.
Tip, tip who, type.
So I've completed a sentence and I used the word prediction for spelling support. I can now press or tap on this little triangle button to have this written work read back to me, which is a great idea for reviewing written text. I'm going to do that now.
Now I can really type faster.
So this would be a great way to identify any edits that were needed in my written text. So that's a great tool to use. Okay, and just another thing to point out, students can also use the built-in dictionary as well to help with vocabulary. So you place the cursor next to the word you want to use the dictionary with, place it just right in front typically, and then students will tap on the three dots here and then the little dictionary icon. And as you can see, there's a nice list of definitions, including picture definitions as well, and I can use the text-to-speech tool to have it read back to me.
Type, noun, a group of things that share similar features, etc. What type of job would you like? Verb.
All right. So that's word prediction with the Read and Write predictive keyboard. One other thing to point out, if I wanted to get right back to the standard on-screen iOS keyboard, I would just tap on the accessibility button one more time, and I'm back. All right.